All right, Shalom Akyam. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Badash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We are the Hebrew Israelites, which consist of the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. And according to the Holy Scriptures, we're God's chosen people. Shalom to all the Akim out there pushing this knowledge and sincerity and truth. Shalom to the confusion of faces. Shalom to the few sisters out there. And what you're looking at is a true depiction of the one you're going to be called Jesus Christ, whose real name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, and the Heavenly Father name is Yahweh, the one you're going to be called God or Jehovah. And they are so-called black men, according to the scriptures. All right, coming back at you with another lesson. And I got some disturbing stuff to show you guys, man. Received it from one of the bros in the camp. That shows you how sick and evil and profane and base the so-called white race is, man. So this is a movie that was, man, it's some sick shit, man. Excuse my language. It's called Salo, or the 120 Days of Sodom. All right. And that's what this white man does. These rich elites, crackers, these devils. This is what they do behind closed doors, man. And none of you fools out there could tell us about this Bible, what's really going on. The Most High gave us the insight. And if you're not part of the that covering of Yahweh Shai blood, you're gonna freaking die, man. So this lesson is gonna be about the so-called white man and his wickedness, man. I don't know what I'm gonna call this lesson, but it's some sick stuff, man. So they don't, man, I was gonna show what it's about, and Lord willing, is edifying lesson.
Welcome to the breakdown, where we break down the most disturbed movies. Y'all know me, your boy Spooky Rice, and I hope that y'all can join me on a long-awaited breakdown. Today we venture into the horrific film showcasing child kidnapping, murder, rape, and sadism, otherwise known as Salo, or 120 Days of Sodom. Salo details the kidnapping of almost 20 teens by 4 wealthy libertines: the Duke, the Bishop, the Magistrate, and the President. Collectively, though, I might often call them the ultimate depravity. Salo is considered a very disturbing and controversial film, first being premiered at a film festival 3 weeks after the director was murdered by being run over multiple times by his own car. Regardless, this sick tale is like a more disturbing version of Danganronpa, and all that transpired on the grain often puts this film arguably as the most disturbing film of all time. If you want to see what happens, including all the messed up parts, let's get into the breakdown. Cue to Gohan. First, let's establish the place and time, which the film tells us is northern Italy during the Nazi fascist occupation, 1944 to 1945. The first chapter, Anti-Inferno, starts off showing the 4 wealthy men, aka the ultimate depravity, all signing some sort of document, finishing it off by saying all things are good when taken to excess. In other words, they have an abundant lifestyle. This document they all signed so happens to be an agreement that each man will marry the daughter of another. We then cut to 3 boys riding out of Grove Street, but they stop in their tracks, seeing armed men waiting for them. They retreat, but are soon captured by those men, who hold them at gunpoint. While that goes on, 2 other boys are also held at gunpoint by soldiers of some sort. The 3 bikers and these 2 boys will be a part of the guard and soldier staff for the ultimate depravity. Then a few of the guards come into the mansion, where the daughters of the ultimate depravity are sitting in wait. They spit in one's face, and she slaps his dirty ass right back. But a guard in the back says, "We are just following orders," dragging all 4 of the girls out of the room and into where their depraved rich fathers are. The marriage where each man marries the daughter of another libertine happens off screen, But we then cut to the ultimate depravity and their staff examining a bunch of kidnapped teens. The four libertines ask for the names of three of them, Claudio, Franco, and Sergio, and they are told to show their privates. The libertines respond that they will do. Wherever the depraved are sure to go, kidnapped teens are told to line up, laughing at their situation and wanting to put fear in them that they will be deflowered. Next, the four men wait at a place full of girls who are most likely there because of corrupt keepers that probably sold them off or something. The girls are brought in before the depraved and are stripped for the possibility for being chosen. This girl is kicked out because she was missing a tooth though. The third girl is a sadder case because she was kidnapped right after being forced to see her mother get murdered. This girl's anguish just sexually excites all four men though. We see a sign saying Marzabato, which houses a huge palace where many of those kidnapped boys and girls will go. Before they get there though, one of the boys tries to escape through the woods, but is shot down and murdered. You could argue it was foolish, but if so, then I'd love to be a fool. This boy got a better end than a lot of the kids still stuck in captivity. Now there are only 8 boys and 9 girls left to be a part of the sick preparations of the ultimate depravity. All the kids are assembled in front of the men, who tell them that you are all creatures of our pleasure. Nobody knows you are here, and you will follow our laws. The laws include things like, if you are caught having private sex, then you will lose a limb. If you do any sort of religious act, you will die. The next chapter is Circle of Manias, which focuses on a middle-aged prostitute named Signora, who will be a storyteller for the men and victims. Her job is to tell stories with full detail to sexually excite the depraved. She talks about a sexual encounter in vulgar detail, describing getting a facial, but is stopped by the magistrate for holding back details like how big his penis was and stuff like that. She continues her story, but turns out that this sexual encounter she is explaining happened when she was literally 7 years old or younger. She adds more to the perversion, saying she urinated into her sexual partner's mouth. This nasty-ass story got one of the men so excited that he makes one of the boys give him a hand job. But his hand job needs some work, according to Signora. Next is dinner time, and the kidnapped girls are forced to bring food out nude to everybody. One of the studs, which are like guards, trips one of the girls on purpose. He then rapes her as all the other studs laugh and watch. This prompts one of the depraved, the president, to get up and moon everybody. He then runs up to his rapist stud and says, "My turn," getting sodomized with this sick sexual smile. Next,
you see this shit, man? And this is what really goes on behind closed doors in Hollywood and these freaky ass parties they go to, man. Why these young girls and boys who get kidnapped? This is what happens, man. You know, Barakatayah Bashim Yawashai, man. The Most High is lifting up the skirt on Esau, man. All right.
we see a girl who had her throat slit for trying to escape. After showing the example of a disobedient person, Signora starts up another story about an anal sex encounter she had when she was 9 years old. We then cut to two kids, a boy named Sergio and a girl named Renata, being forced to orgasm. And then they are forced to participate in a weird wedding. Just remember that Sergio was this boy, while Renata was the girl who lost her mother to these depraved kidnappers. While the marriage goes on, the Duke fondles every single living organism in that room. All the nude kids are then forced out to allow the newlyweds to fondle each other against their wishes. They do what they are told, but before penetration happens, they are stopped by the ultimate depravity, saying that virginity is reserved for them. Two of the depraved libertines then rape both kids before a third one comes in and sodomizes one of his fellow libertine friends. Later, while Signora tells another sadistic story, the bishop drags the girl into the bathroom just to watch her urinate and masturbate. Later, all of the kidnapped kids are forced to act like dogs and even forced to fetch for treats. When one of the boys, Lamberto, refuses to eat, he is chased around the room and is whipped bad by the magistrate. The magistrate then decides to get some cake and put some nails in it, giving it to a girl who eats it and screams in pain. These screams remind me of Jennifer Hill's 1978, by the way. After, the victims and their captives sit in the ballroom again, but the Duke starts kissing on his favorite teen named Reno. Reno's attraction towards the Duke sets him apart from the other victims, and it also saves his life. The next chapter is Circle of Shit, and trust me, it gets very shitty. Another woman gets ready for storytelling, and her name is also Signora. I'll call her Shit Nora, and you will see why in a bit. She is disgusting, and that's just being nice. She explains how she defecated in front of a client once, and even fed the shit to the client, who ate it no problem. She also explains how she killed her mother, which reminds Renata about her murdered mother. Her cries sexually excites the Duke, and he calls his studs to undress her as she cries and begs for God to kill her. Well, if you remember, any religious acts are against the law and are punishable by death. But since she is asking for death, they promise to punish her in a more sickening way. The Duke defecates in a bowl, calling Renata over saying your meal is ready. She does what she is forced to do, even when it's surely extremely disgusting and tough to swallow. The president is so aroused at the sight, going to the bathroom to masturbate as Shit Nora talks about how good diarrhea is. The sick president was so aroused that he forces all of the kidnapped victims to defecate in bowls for the purpose of forced consumption later. At dinner time, here's the main course, shit, which is given to everybody. If you ain't eating, you will eat it. Also, I don't know why Sergio here is a bride now, but God bless him. Meanwhile, the Duke. Yes, exactly. It's exactly what you think it is.
All right, man. That's enough. Man, listen, man. Kala Yahweh Shemi Awashai, man. This is how these elite, so-called elite, profane individual, this is how they get down behind closed doors, man. This is what they do behind closed doors. This is what they do to these children that gets kidnapped and all that stuff. You want to make it in Hollywood, this is how you got to get down, man. So we're going to get into the scriptures, man. All right, this is Job chapter 30, verse 1. And none of you guys out there can say, man, we are the men of Yahweh Shemi Awashai, man. Or Ka'alau Yahweh Shemi Awashai. When the Lord allow his son to take these crackers down, we're gonna break every bone, rip their skin off. We're gonna fuck these devils up, man, for 1,000 harsh, long years, man. All right, then we're gonna wipe them off the face of the earth, man. All right, and that's plain. And if you're not down with this program, the Lord is gonna kill you too, man. There's Job chapter 30, verse 1. But now they that are younger than me, younger than I, have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have sit with the dogs of my flock. This is Job talking about Esau. And why are they younger than us? Because they are the youngest nation to rule on the planet. Prior to Esau's first rulership starts in the Greek Empire. Prior to that, the dark-skinned nations ruled. Israel ruled before Esau was ever put up in power. All right. And to have somebody in derision, let's look the word up real quick. It's to laugh, play, and to mock. All right. To make sport of. All right. So Esau looking at us as a joke right now, man. As a joke. All right. It says, whose fathers I will have disdained to have sit with the dogs of my flock. And you see why, man. Motherfuckers sodomizing each other, eating doo-doo, defecating in bowls, pissing on one another, all kinds of stuff, all types of wickedness, man. They doing with each other and the young children, so on and so forth. Yeah, wherewith too might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For the want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing to the wilderness, in the former time desolate and waste. Okay, so it's dealing with them being at the lowest state. All right, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. Now you go into mallows, we look it up. It's plants that grew in swamps, and juniper roots is bitter herbs like berries. All right. So they ate a lot of bitter herbs for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. So at one point, they were driven forth out of civilization, man. This is dealing with the dark ages. When we were in power for 1,000 long years in Europe, we pushed their asses up in the caves, and that's rightfully so. Look what the fuck they doing, man. Okay. So during that time frame, they cut up mallows by the bushes and ate juniper roots. Okay. To dwell in the clefts of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. It's dealing what the word Caucasian means, cave dwellers, man. That's what it means. They're a bunch of vile, fucking low lives. But what the hell is that, man? All right. And it says among the bushes they brayed. And bray means to utter a loud cry as a donkey. So they didn't have a language. The Lord stripped them of their language, man. All right. They didn't have a language. We're not talking about when Esau was born and all that stuff. We're talking about at one point the Most High brought them so low to the point they didn't have a language. All right. And they showed you that in the last Planet of the Apes movies with Woody Harrelson. All right. Among the bushes they brayed and they uttered a loud cry as a donkey. Under the nettles they were gathered together. And the nettles is like, when you look it up, it's like plants that sting. I remember back in the days, you go out to the woods and all that stuff, and certain plants, they'll cut you and sting you, you know. There were children of fools, yet children of base men. They were viler than the earth. And you man, let's look up the word base. I think I'm going to call this lesson the children of fools, base men. Base men. It doesn't really give much here. Let's go into the dictionary real quick. Base definition. It says base, lowest part or edge of something. Should have more to it than this. Base. Put in men definition. Base men. The word base just simply means low, man. Yeah, the word base means the lowest part or the edge of something, man. That's what it means. They're very low creatures, man. What's in math, geometry? Let's see what else it says, man. Just bear with me 1 second. Let's go to dictionary.com. It just says the bottom of something. The word base just simply means to be low, man. Very low. That's all it means. Look up the word viler. Yeah, vile or viler is wretchedly bad. Not only they're low, they're base, but they are wretchedly bad, viler than the earth. There's fucking scum, man. All right. Viler is really giving any much definition here. It means wretchedly bad. So there were children of fools, they're children of base men. They were viler than the earth. That's who's ruling over us, man. This is what they do behind closed doors, man. Sick, twisted, demented stuff, man. All right. So we go to Jeremiah 49:10 to 18. It says, but I have made Esau bare. Esau is a so-called white race. I have uncovered his secret places, as you can see in that movie. He shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy fatherless children. The Lord does not love Esau. I will preserve them alive. That's why it says, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. That's a fatherless child. Let thy widows trust in me. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. All right, it's dealing with Israel. You had to go through slavery. And art thou he that shall altogether or go unpunished? So we had to go through our punishment. And it wasn't the Most High set it up that way, but according to the guidelines of the Most High, when you sin, you got to get punished. So Esau been in rulership for so long, he think he's not going to go down. You wretched piece of shit, you're going down. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Most High says, I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Basra shall become a desolation. Basra is another word for America. A reproach, a waste, and a curse. And all cities shall be perpetually wasted. Wastes, man. All right. Jeremiah, go to verse 18. I have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle. So that's what's going on right now. The battle is getting ready for World War III to take down these devils, man. Ultimately, when Yahweh Shai returns, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. This mother effer is sick. In eating doo-doo, peeing on one another, getting sodomized. What the fuck, man? This is what ruling over us, man. This is what you degenerate ass idiots out here is blonde in your hair, talking like them, whatever, man. Thy terribleness have deceived thee in the pride of thy heart. O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, you fucking, excuse my language, you cave dwelling degenerates, man. That hole is the height of the hill. They're in power right now, man. All right, they are the ones that are in power. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, all these tall ass buildings, these skyscrapers. All right, got satellite systems out there. Okay, the International Space Station. I will bring thee down from hence, saith the Lord. Also Edom, the so-called white race, shall be a desolation. Desolation means to be destroyed, man. And it's going to be a glorious day in the whole planet. All right, and the universe. When the Lord destroyed this place, man. Desolation, a waste, a horror, appallment, astonishment, ruin. All right. And that's right. That's rightfully so, man. All right. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and what you witness And that little movie, or the Jake breaking it down, that's nothing but sodomy, sadism, human sacrifice, madness, sick shit. Literally. As the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, said the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it. And that's dealing with America. Man, listen, man. I can't wait for the Lord to take down these devils, man. I just woke up to this, man. I was like, I got to do a show. Man, listen, man. But show you how about Shimei was shot, man. Please, man. Hurry up and take this devil down, man. You sick motherfuckers, you, man. All right? So I don't want to make this too long and drawn out. You've seen for yourself. Excuse my language. If you're offended by it, man, fuck you, man. Fucking dumbass people out there, man. Hebrews chapter. The internet is one of the best things that y'all, man. The why do y'all about Shimei Shai, man? Man, thank y'all about Shimei Shai, the good, the bad, the ugly. If you in this truth, man, thank y'all about Shimei Shai, man. Because this low, vile individual that has us in derision, mocking us, disrespecting us. This is what the fuck he does, man. Nothing but hypocrisy, man. All right. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16 on down. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person. Let's go into the word profane, man. This mother effer is profane, man. All right, doesn't really give, well, here it is. Strong's definition. It says, heathenish, wicked. That's beautiful, man. This heathenish, wicked person is ruling over us, man. All right, let's go to profane. See what it says here. It says, characterized by irreverence or contempt for God or sacred principles of things. That's what this guy does, man. All right. Unholy, heathen, pagan. All right. Yeah, man. This unholy, this means outside the temple. And the so-called, lest there be any fornicator or profane person, that's Esau, the white race, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Goes back to Jacob and Esau. For he knew, for he know that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. Do you see why he was rejected, man? For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. No repent, man. Listen, man. We have the basis of men ruling over us right now. The Most High set it up one and take down the other, man. So right now, Esau is the end of the world, and that's who's ruling, man. And the Lord got this man set up for prophecy to be fulfilled, man. And that shit right there to make you angry, crying to the Lord more, do what you got to do. Man, oh man. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that scripture, man. The thing is in Daniel 7:14, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head. Basis of men. That's who's ruling over us. The lowest creature ever created, Esau, man. Oh my goodness. I think it's in Daniel's. Let me go into my I got my Bible right here. I think it was Daniel 7 or Daniel 4. Yeah, Daniel 4 and 17. Daniel 4 and 17. All right. Daniel 4 and 17. It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and demand by the word of the holy ones to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So Yahweh Shemir Yahushua is always controlled. And giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set it up over it the basis of men. All right. All right. This who the hell is ruling over us? This base, degenerate, sick.
Disgusting, and that's just being nice. She explains how she defecated in front of a client once, and
Look at
even
this, man.
fed the shit
This
to the client.
beast, man.
Who ate it, no problem. She
Fast
also
forward, man. The poop stuff.
more sickening way. The Duke defecates
Look
in
at
a
that.
bowl, calling Renata over, saying your meal is ready.
Look at that.
She does what she is
Look
forced
at
to
that,
do.
man. That's some. What the fuck is that, man? Let's go into the word basis, man. All right. All right. The word basis there. The lowest. The lowest of all creatures is ruling over us, man. Oh my goodness. This is bad. This is very bad, man. You know? Some sick stuff, man. It doesn't really go into the basis, but man. Daughter of Edom. All types of scriptures coming in my head now, man. Oh, daughter of Edom. It says, Lamentations 4:20. I'm gonna start for 2021. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Thou dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins, man. There ain't no more else to say, man. Brakti Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yashrala.